Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we got to this weird Temple of Time-like area. Ah, the traveler descended from the clouds above. I welcome you, child of fate. Tell me, what is your name? Cloud. Ah. Cloud. Good. Very good. I sense you have already gained control over the sacred power that fills your sword when you pointed skyward. The Skyward Strike is yours to command. It is proof that you are fit to bear the blade you carry, the goddess sword. I have sat here for many years waiting for you to arrive, all so that I could fulfill my purpose as your guide. You stand on the roof of the sealed temple, a place built by the goddess an eternity ago. Your arrival here was predestined many, many years ago. The spirit maiden you seek arrived here shortly before you, descending to this land in a shower of light. There's no doubt about it, or doubting it. The gears of fate are beginning to turn. Yet all is not as it should be. The spirit maiden is not meant to reach this land in the manner that she did. I feel an evil power working in the shadows. It moves to warp the destiny of which you two are a part. Cloud, you are concerned with the spirit maiden and seek her whereabouts, yes? That is understandable, but for now, you must form a focus on moving forward. That girl has her own purpose she must pursue, so do you. She headed over Faron Woods to discover the destiny for herself, and you must follow. Show me your map. The X upon your map marks the path that will take you to Faron Woods. You'll be traveling in unfamiliar land. Many monsters have settled here, and a map may not prove guidance enough for your journey. And so, I will give you power to create beacons. When a beacon is marked on your map, a column of light will stand at that location. It will act as your waypoint from afar. Point at X and press C to place a beacon. There we go. You haven't set a beacon over X yet. To remove a beacon from your map, point at it and press that button once more. You aim to be more accurate with the placement of your beacon. Zoom in. A. Place your beacon. One out. X and press C to place a beacon in that location. But oh, I'm sorry, I was just a little bit off. We cannot see it from where we are. A beacon stands outside to guide you. Leave the temple through that front door and see for yourself. When you are no longer have a use for your beacon, you remove it from your map by pressing C. Use your beacons well, and you will never fear getting lost. Go now, you must head into Faron Woods and chase after the spirit maiden, the one you call Zelda. On your way out, take the contents of the treasure chest in this room. What you find there should prove to be more useful on your journey. You're ready. Leave through the door before you and head into the woods. I wish you safe travel. Know that the questions you have now will be answered in time. For now, Cloud, go bravely. Okie dokie. That way we don't have the ability to create beacons, which isn't really useful right now, but it will be later. as you can see, when you, create a beacon, it just creates a giant blue light in the sky that as soon as you get into that zone, you should be able to see it. However, you don't really need it right now, considering the fact that since when you first start the game, you don't really know where you're going anyway, but you do know that wherever you go, it's not really anywhere that you've already been. So you have that going for you, for wayfinding. Knowing where you've gone by... or knowing where you're going by knowing where you went. So, that being said, that doesn't mean waypoints aren't helpful, because there's a lot of times when waypoints are helpful. Out of the way, scram! They're just not helpful yet. Generally, they're helpful for, things that you might forget. Also, since this link gets weak very fast, I just wanted to show off there that in a battle, be careful of how much energy you expend, because that could mean you getting in some serious trouble. I'm gonna pick this up. Golden Skull, a real rarity among skull ornaments. It shines with an eerie golden color. This is our first material, which is actually kind of surprising. Usually we don't get those that early. Phew, thanks for jumping in there to rescue me, friend. Just were those red pets. I did not expect to run into a pack of them in this peaceful forest. Same goes for you. This is the second time I've bumped into one of your kind today. I tell you, all sorts of weird things are going on lately. I owe you big for taking care of those guys. Let me tell you something fascinating.
Hey!
Hey, bud, I'm Gorko the Goron. I'm researching ancient history of the woods around here. According to the ancient texts, there is some kind of place up above called the Isle of the Goddess, far up in the sky. Apparently, these old statues serve as bind marks? I can't really read that. To those traveling up to the sky. Or down from the Isle of the Goddess to this place. Find one, be sure to examine it to keep tabs on the number of landmarks. A room would be quite useful. Supposedly this statue is special, as it's said to have the ability to activate all the other statues. The whole thing sounds a little crazy, I know, but I for one believe it to be true. Otherwise, why would all these statues be here all over the place? It is a real head-scratcher, bud. Makes you want to know more, doesn't it?
Oh!
Ah, sounds like I have a fellow connoisseur of ancient cultures here. Alright, bud, you'd better brace yourselves, because I'm about to blow your mind. So get this, people actually used to live on this sky island. And they get around flying on the backs of huge birds that are way bigger than the birds down here. Up there, everyone reveres the goddess, and all the residents of the islands in the sky, and live in a perfect society, totally free of conflict or unhappiness. Not only that, but from what I can tell, their civilization is way, way more advanced than ours down here. But it doesn't even stop there, bud. This Isle of the Goddess has even more stuff to marvel at. The place was crafted by the goddess herself, so it figures that it's filled with wonders that we don't have here. The buildings are all made of gold. An endless spring of mystical water feeds a river through the place. One sip of that stuff and you live forever. The trees are heavy with plump fruit that cures all disease. The fields are crowded with pumpkins that never rot. Magic wildflowers bloom everywhere. Oh, the weather, bud. Not too hot, not too cold. No chance of sweaty heat in this golden paradise, and that is the Isle of the Goddess. Amazing, right? Wrong. It's beyond amazing. You want to hear more about it, don't you, bud?
Ooh.
Good to hear, bud. I'm completely obsessed with this place. I can't get enough of it. I wish I had more to tell you now, but I'll need to research these statues to learn more. Next time I bump into you, I'll give you the latest info.
Oh!
Whoa! What in the world just happened? Did you use some kind of magic?
Oh!
Statue reacted the moment you got near it, bud. How crazy is that? So this statue, you'll notice instead of the other blue colors, it is a gold color. That is because this will take you to the sky. This is integral to actually getting around, because there's no other way to get up to the sky than these bird statues. Goro. What's that? Statue just reacted to you. What did you do? Come on! Don't make a big guy beg. I've got to know. Well, sorry, other than being the chosen one, I don't really know what to tell you. So, the blue ones are typically ones that you will find around the landscape that will save your game, that don't tend to make you go anywhere other than, you know, specific spots. And these are kind of littered around the landscape. They're usually at the beginning, middle, and end of areas, so if you're wanting to know where exactly these will most likely be, it's there. I highly suggest, though, whenever you find one, to touch it at least once, because that will activate a fast travel waypoint in the future. Basically, if you're going from the sky down back to Earth, you can quick teleport to that area. Instead of, well, making everything pretty difficult. By just going to the beginning or the end of the area. I can relate to this because, unfortunately, that's something I did when I first started the game. Alright. Just going through there because that's a fast waypoint if you were to go back here. We're just going to carry on. Make a note, though, in your mind of where all the bugs are, because bugs are also a crafting ingredient. Which seems kind of weird, but they are. They're integral to later parts of the game, so you want to make sure that you look around and see where all of them are. Let's go through here. Alright. So one thing I'd like to mention as well. This is one area that I actually get mixed up in a little bit. For some reason, I always get the beginning and the end of this area mixed up. Maybe because this area looks so important. Alright. Trying not to get turned around this time. Alright, let's go through here. Unlike a lot of the other Zeldas, there's a lot of puzzles just out in the environment. Which is pretty different. I think the only other game that really had this feature was, Wind Waker, actually. Where you had puzzles out in the actual environment itself. There was no dungeon for that. Master, you have entered Farron Woods. The plentiful water in this region clearly sustains a large diversity of flora, including the massive tree. It is illogical that the lush plant life and water resources have attracted animal species to the region. Looking at the probabilities, it is extremely likely that Zelda is somewhere in the area. I recommend you continue using your dowsing ability to search for her. Okay. Though, to be honest, I don't actually suggest that at all, because you're just gonna get confused. This area... I'm gonna touch this just to keep this in the, shtick. If I wanted to fast travel here, I could. You do want to... Let me take that off of Zelda. So, you should check some of the areas just a tad, because they're there's a lot of things in the environment that could cause some problems if you were to go around the area and not look around first. Either with, you know, C or... Alright. Alright, let's just eat this guy's heart. Let's get this heart. What do you have to say? It's not gone quiet. Now there's a green one. I don't even know they came in green. Don't hurt me. Master, I picked up a highly interesting spike in the dowsing readings from the creature you just encountered. Zelda? Oh, really? Yes, Master. Based on the creature's characteristics, I must conclude that it is peaceful. A forest-dwelling animal known as a Kikwi. Kikwis are intelligent beings capable of speech. However, such a creature could not obviously be confused with Zelda. It is unclear why such a creature would elicit a dowsing response that allowed something of Zelda. You should follow the creature and investigate this phenomenon. Zelda used to did some changing when you went to Earth. Now you're a bushwhacker. Not to be confused with bushwhack, which is the which is a spell in Chrono Cross. But, on all honesty, I despise the Kikwi. And, like, it's not necessarily the Kikwi's fault either. Like, when I first played this game, this was one of the hardest things to do for me, was this Kikwi quest. Alright. Got some more of these weird things. Alright, there we go. Feel better now. There's that Kikwi over there. Master Cloud, should you have questions about anything, I encourage you to calm me down. Once I'm summoned, select advice or prints, and I will promptly offer you information. But we're not going to be doing that. Let me just cut this mushroom. Kikwi will then go to another mushroom. Alright. I just pushed this log over first before we talk to him. Not only do we get a secret path in case we need to come back there, but we also get an Amber Relic. No one really knows where they come from, but they're really useful anyways. Just going off, here. Because I've seen this, too. Ah, darn. You want to hit them specifically in that golden spot and you get something for it. I don't remember what it is, but it is something bad. Alright, what do you say? It spotted me! You don't want to eat me? And come to think of it, why did you fight off all those red monsters? I'm Machi, a Kikwi. You seem okay, even though you're scary. Thanks for helping me. That's weird. A while ago, I ran into a similar funny animal like you. But that one was a girl. Ooh. I don't know who she was, but she seemed to be a big trouble when I last saw her. She a friend of yours? A pack of those mean red guys were after her. She escaped with the Kikwi Elder. Master, we have obtained new information about Zelda's current status. This information indicates that she was assisted by assailed by monsters, but somehow evaded capture. However, I infer that she's still in significant danger. I have marked the position of the Kikwi known as Machi. Please confirm your current location. Furthermore, my analysis suggests that this Kikwi most likely proclaims a false positive dowsing reaction due to previous direct contact with Zelda. Using this hypothesis, I theorize there is an 83% chance that the Kikwi Elder will also generate a dowsing reaction for the same reason. I propose you continue dowsing to search for Zelda. You really spooked me! You keep some very strange company, friend. It sounds like you're set on finding this friend in the Elder. You're heading that way anyway. Would you mind telling the Elder I'm safe? Cheer up. I bet your friend's safe with our Elder. And that'll be in the next episode. See you guys.